Hey everyone, TA Sam here, part 5 of the 8-part Microsoft Word series. Previous videos have covered just a basic introduction to Word, the basic features of Word, collaborating and reviewing your documents, and then also creating different styles. So, especially if you haven't seen the styles video, please go review that. That was part 3. Should be a link in the description for that playlist. I'm going to move forward assuming you watched it. And for those of you who've been following along, this is what our document looked like last time we left it. So this is our basic template that we've created so far. We're going to build upon it today. So we have all the necessary styles built in. Now we're going to add in the different components of a report. And usually in a report, your format's going to go, you're going to have your title page, and then you're going to have like an etc. area where you might have like an abstract or an executive summary, depending on what kind of report you're writing. Abstracts are usually for research papers. Executive summaries are usually for project reports. Again, ask an instructor or ask a supervisor, whatever, whoever you have to ask, just ask them what they want to see. Then you usually have your, like your table of contents, and this also includes, table of tables, table of figures. Then you're going to have your main body, and that's what your report basically is. And then you'll have your references or works cited, whatever you're calling it. And then at the end, you'll have your appendices, or however you indicate that, something like that. Anyways, so we're going to go through and we're going to create those different sections today. And then we're also going to add in a header because you should always have a header. And then we're also going to have a page number, and I'm going to show you how to make those look good. So let me I'll keep those in there. And if you're trying to create actually, before we move, put on our favorite little indicator. He's going to come in a lot. He's going to come in clutch today for us. If you're looking for an easy way to insert a table of contents a cover page, table of contents will come later in another video. A cover page is the easiest way to do that, and there's a lot of cool things. I really like this one in particular. However, if you're going to notice, this guy's blue, and you're not always allowed to have blue in your reports, believe it or not. And so we're actually going to create one from scratch. And the way we're going to do that is a cool keyboard shortcut, I don't know if y'all are aware or not, is to do control. Let me get this back to our normal so you can see it. Is control plus enter does what's called a page break, which you can see up here. And the nice thing about this one, and I told you it was going to come in handy, is you can see where your page breaks are. However, I'll give you a long story short. A page break is going to break up your pages, but not break up your sections, which is a key difference. And we want to break up our sections. So I'm going to get this person out of here. And we're actually going to go put this back to normal. And we're going to go to layout. And if you go to the breaks here, you're going to see a bunch of different things. You can see break, column. I think that's if you're writing like something like a newspaper, text wrapping, section breaks, a lot of different things, continuous, even odd, all kinds of options. We don't care. The one we need is a section break, and we need the next page. And this is going to come in handy. Give me 10 minutes to show you why, but trust me, it will. So there's our section break, and now this is where we're going to create our title page. So generally for a title page, we're going to put this immediately into bold italicized. If you want to, you can create a font for this, and we're also going to center it, so that's Control E. Normally it really depends on your class a lot. I think a good rule of thumb to start with the title page is your title. So we're going to put title. So this could be, your FSC 100 project, and then, let's say you're doing, whatever your project is. If you're trying to put out wildfires, or if you're trying to save tornado people, you can put that in here. So we'll put subtitle here, and then you can put your names down here, and this is where we're going to unbold it. So we're going to put names. I'm personally planning on using this, so I'm just going to put Sam Greenberg. You put Greenberg Samuel if you want, whatever you want to do. Actually, don't put my name. That's probably a bad idea. It'll probably get us both in trouble. Please don't do that. Put your own name there. And then, this is where you're going to put your class. It really, depends a lot. So you can put your class in there. So class, so I'm going to put XXX. Don't worry, this isn't getting dirty. You're just going to have a 3-letter code for your class, whether that's FSC, and then you're going to have another number. So I'm going to put another XXX. So this could be FSC 100, for example. Or if I'm writing my report in my air quality class, that could be CHE 569, so whatever you want. And then I don't think it hurts to put a section number in here, and you're going to find that in your MyASU, and that's a 5-letter thing, so we're going to put another couple X's in here. Actually, yeah, let's do that, ZZZ, and we'll go YYY. There we go. What do you know? So then you can fill those in. And then this is where you want to put your instructor. Always assume they're a doctor. So we're going to go, whoops, we're going to go Dr. Blah, whatever you want. And I actually might unitalicize these, and I might actually bold the top. Why not? You can play around with it, whatever you want. Important thing is to be consistent. And then you're going to want a date. This is probably just be bold. Whoops. Probably shouldn't be either of these. There we go. And that's most of what you need. You can see if you need anything else from a class. And this is where I'm going to try to make it look good. So I'm going to zoom out my screen a little bit. Generally, you want this to be centered. There's probably a better way to do this. I'm not currently aware. I don't think it's really worth the effort. I want this to be down at the bottom. I want that section break to be there. And I actually want this to be single spaced. I don't want any space between it. I want this to be nice and compact. And actually, now that I think about it, I want this not to be anything. I just want it to look like that. And the more I think about it, I want these spaced out a little bit. So I'm going to put this double spaced. And you know what? I might even put size 14, just because I can. And I might put this to size 14, make it a little more legible. So, make it your own, whatever you want to do. I think this is a very basic, gets the job done. That looks a little high up here. You probably measure out your paragraphs. I think it looks pretty good. You might have a double page title here or there. And there we go. We have a title page, and I'm actually going to save this. And I'm going to save it as, what is this, my 5th video? I'm going to save it as document 5. Or I guess word 5. And so there we go. We have a title page in here, and we see a nice section break. And actually, we're going to put another section break after that because we're not quite ready for our main header. We need our main area. And this is where, again, know your report, know your styles, whatever you want to do. But we're going to put in another section break. So again, that's layout, breaks, next page. And this is where I want to have my abstract. And I'm going to put another one in here, just to get this person out of here because I don't like seeing that there. And I actually, oops, I added one too many. What do you know? I was in the wrong area. That was my bad. And this is where I'm going to put my abstract or executive summary. And we already have a style for that. What do you know? Main header. And that's where your abstract would go. And then this is where we want this to be in the same section. And you'll see why when you're writing a report. But in here is where our table of contents is going to go. And we're actually going to put a pin in that for a couple of videos. By my schedule, that should be not the next video, but the one after that. So hang on in suspense there. We're going to put a placeholder here. That's where you will go. Create another page, and then we're going to put in our table of figures. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to that one too, and our table of tables. And you can combine these into one. It's really up to you. Some reports will also want you to have another thing after this of like a list of important terms. So that's where you're defining variables. You could also, put that in this section. But you see we have a nice section break in here, and then this is where our main body will be. And I'm going to clear these styles out just because. And I'll keep that person in for reference for the second. And this is where our main body will go. So this is our main body text. This is where you start your introduction, and you go to your materials and methods or whatever you're doing. And then you see the only two things left are references and appendices. So I'm actually going to delete this out now. Page break, again, that's Control Enter. References, I don't know what just happened. There we are again. References, main header. Couple lines for that, another Control Enter, and then actually I put the wrong thing in there. That's going to end. Your references is going to be part of your main body, and then if you're going to go to your appendix, we're going to want to start a new section. And I'll show you why right after I do that. So, oops, layout, breaks, section, and then we'll call this Appendix A. And we'll put that as our, and actually you don't even need to highlight it, you can just go main body. And so now we're going to add in, now that we have our, and I'm going to save it first before I do anything else. See references main body, very nice. Table of tables, table of figures. I'm gonna put another thing in there just because that'll come in handy. Table of contents, abstract, and our title page. Now, for our page numbers don't go at all on the first page. Neither does a header. It should just be your title page. But on your second page, this is where, and again, have a style, but we're gonna go insert, and header is gonna be over here, and we're gonna go blank. And then this is where a good header is usually just your last name. Or if you have in a team, you could put a comment list of your teams, or what I like doing is team initials. If you have a team number, you can put your team number in there, and we actually have something all set for this already. If you're following along with the next one, page number, header, and then there we go. And this is our header for section 2. So this is the nice thing. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. No header here. That's what we were trying to avoid. We don't want a header on our first page. Oh, I see what the problem is. Okay, so this is where we're going to have to go in. We're going to undo that. So let's go to header, footer. Let me just undo everything I just did. Yeah, that did it. So let's try that again, and let's see if I avoid making that mistake. So we're in this. We want to insert a header. And this is where we're going to go edit header before we do that. And we're going to go, here's the one we need to take off. Link to previous. We don't want that on. You don't want it linked at all. So hopefully that turned it off. Because if you link, it's just going to copy it around. Okay, we didn't. So make sure you have link to previous off, and then let's put this back on. I'm running out of video time, so I'm going to have to hurry up a little bit. Page number, header, so there's it for section 2. Not on section 1, we're looking good. And then actually for section 3, which is going to be our main body, we can actually link that, and I think the default was to have it linked. So perfect, that's fine. And same for section 4, our appendices, we can have that linked, that's fine. So we're good on our header. Now we're going to do our page number. And again, we don't want that on the first page, and this is where it's going to really come in handy if we have our different sections. So we can go down here to our page number, and again, we're going to go insert, page number, format page numbers. We're just going to do that right off the bat. And you're going to have a couple different options to do 1, 2, 3, ABC, Roman numerals, and I don't have time to explain. Do what you want. Personally, what I like doing is little Roman at the beginning, numbers for my body, and big Roman for my appendices. So do what you want. I'm just going to set it to this. And we're going to start at I. And we don't want to continue from the previous section. You can do that if you want to, up to you. That's just going to mean if you end on page 4 in the previous section, we'll start on page 5 here. And then we want our head page number. There we go. And let's see. Perfect. Didn't link to the previous section. And didn't put it in here either. Darn. Let's try that one more time. This is where I was going wrong, is I actually wasn't inserting it. So make sure you insert. And we're going to just have to go bottom of the page right off the bat. Turn off link to previous. Go home. Page number, footer. And then we'll just delete it in here and see if that works. It did, perfect. Nothing on the title page. Here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect main body, they're on. And this is where we can go in and we can go, don't link to previous. And let's see, we can right click. Can't do that, header, footer. We'll go down here, page number, format page numbers, 1, 2, 3, start at 1, perfect. And there we are, 1, 2, appendix, it's still linked. Let's go back down, link to previous, page number, format page number, don't continue, start at 1, and we want big Roman numerals. So then, there we go. And then you're going to save this, and you can actually do, we could save it, and then you can go save as, just like we did previously, a .x, and I'm going to call it Word 5, and there we go. We have a format built in for next time. I'm running out of time. Next video is going to cover figures, tables, and equations. You can see down here in personal, There it is, Word 5. Everything we just had. You have a title page, everything you need, set to go.